What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Orb on the Movements of the Earth, this time with episode 21. Great episode last week, unfortunately saying goodbye to Yelenta, who was the last of the kind of first half of the season's main cast. Although I'm not sure I'd consider her main cast, she wasn't as much of a focus as she has been in these last few episodes. But yeah, rest in peace to her. I wasn't even that sad. I mean, it's sad that we lost her, but it's kind of uplifting that her life had purpose and will have meaning, and will kind of, as with most of the guys we love, kind of push our quest further. But yeah, do let me know what you guys think about this one down in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. Oh, this is rude. And they're wagging like that. Guys think they own everything, don't they? Guess that does fit with their yeah, with their whole orthodoxy church control ordeal stuff. I think they fucking own everything. I think they can check everything. I guess that was a small example of that, wasn't it? I think I spoke about that last week, about how like emotions and like people's feelings obviously do get lost in history, no matter how important what they've done was. But I love that from Tracker actually. I won't go on about it because I went on for that for quite a while last week. Cool. This guy just like talking, does he? Like making noises. But they've all got quite flamboyant hair, haven't they? I mean, again, I know it's like to differentiate them as characters, but they're all quite stylish. Well, I'm not sure I'd call that thing stylish. Kind of looks like the grooves on like a basketball. I love the music right now. Yeah, or to the hands of one that will do it themselves, or they will pass it on. Again, we've seen this passed on so many times. I don't think this can ever die. I mean, again, we know in the real world this ends up coming to fruition, but I feel like even if this was like actually based on fiction rather than like real historical events, um, it would, yeah, like I said, it would still just like, it would never die. This kind of flame that's been imbued in people and passed on, something like this can't die. I'm struggling to find what I'm relating it to, but there is things like this in the real world, isn't there? These kind of seeds that are sown throughout societies and such, of just like you see like with uprisings and such. These could be the littlest thing, could be the littlest action that just like sets people off, and then their conviction to revolt or so on and so forth can never be quenched. I'm not too good at history, so there's probably plenty of examples to bring up regarding that, but yeah. Like I said during that scene though, the music, it just suits that scene so well. It's really kind of uplifting in a subtle way. The times are changing. Good. That bodes well. Will the title be? Of course it was. Right. Like the slightest little move. Oh dear. I was thinking like, because there's always that with a horse and a carriage. There's always that hitting the ground. There's always, yeah, always some impact. Probably would have been best off someone holding it while they were riding. Oh shit. Damn, really? But this was her conviction. This is her whole conviction. Money. Her father's money. He worked so hard and died for. Violenta without no, not good. No, I'm gonna finish. Without you? Oh fuck no. That sounded that sounded terrible. Not gonna try that again. If you guys have any interest in football, I was always pretty good at pronouncing Jakub Blaszczykowski. Was a tough one to read. There's a few really tough Polish names to read. That is just like you look at it and you're like, it's like 30 letters long. Keikakudori. Mm. I feel like there's still probably hardships to go through. They have a traitor. This guy a traitor. I had a fit. Do you know what? I mean, I had no idea it was him. Although he does look like a Harry Potter villain type character, doesn't he? I did have a feeling, honestly, I didn't mention it, but I had a feeling, to be honest, that the guy with the basketball hair, I thought he was going to be a traitor. I did, yeah, I did envision a traitor in our midst. Not any of these three, to be honest, but pretty good traitor not to step up at any other moment to save it right for the vital time. Pretty awesome timing by this guy. Like I said, I had no idea it was him, but I had a feeling there might be a traitor or something kind of crop up this episode in that kind of aspect. It was going too well, wasn't it? Unfortunately. So who is it? Has he killed everybody? This guy? Is it just the horses? Like what is he? How far has he gone right now? Has this guy not killed his own? If this guy works for the Orthodoxy Church, has he not killed his own kind? Is that not blasphemous or whatever? Whatever the equivalent is? Gosh, man. Rat. Rat bag. He doesn't work for the church per se. He is just a faithful person. Yeah, and he's followed along this whole time. It's nuts. All for the greater good in his eyes, I guess. But confess to this guy, like he's the ear of God. Man, look at look at the actions you've taken. I've always been quite questionable of that. There's a really interesting scene in Silent Hill 2 where you kind of act as someone that listens to confessions and such. I've always found that really interesting. Like, who are these people? These I'm not sure if they're like pastors. I'm not sure what the word is, like pastors or whatever. These who are these? I mean, you've seen, I've seen anyway. Like everybody's can commit crimes and such, but I've seen like church vicars and such like in the news for doing crimes and stuff like that. So it's like you've always got the question: who are you to pretend to be kind of God's ear and to accept my sins, and who are you to abolish? Like I think people. I'm not sure if this is too much of a thing here in the UK, but I've seen in a few like American movies and such, people would go into these kind of booths and tell the person their sins and then get those sins kind of removed or whatever. And it's always been really, I've always looked at that in a really weird way. It's like, one, who is the person to abolish those, and who are those to kind of play God and kind of remove those sins, and two, it's like who the hell would tell people that? Who would tell? Because yeah, some of the stuff I've heard is crazy. And who would trust someone with like that information? I feel like if it is something major, like oh, I just killed someone. I don't care if I'm doing like a whole of you. I'm going to the police and telling people there's a murder out on the street. Like yeah, I've always been quite interested in that kind of aspect of faith. I haven't seen it in this that specifically, but we've had things very similar like this, like what he was trying to do here a little bit in terms of like getting him to repent. Yeah, but it doesn't look great. So he didn't kill anyone. Okay, good. I was kind of worried for a sec, like maybe secretly killed everyone, but just the horses. I say just the horses. I mean, sad. I don't know why. Horses have always been by like man's side, and we always ride them, and they were so useful, especially during these times. Although I don't seem to, no one seems ever to be as sad as a horse dying as they are to like a dog, for example. Not really an interesting point to talk about right now. So, I mean, the classic kind of horror go off and run off by yourself. I mean, maybe, probably the best chance anyone will get to survive, but leaving it down to absolute luck. She's asking all of these men to lay down their lives for her. I think they'll do it. It is going to be hard because she's a woman. Just sounds outrageous to say in our day and age, but yeah. Like, again, they probably shouldn't do it in their minds and the way they see things. Makes sense that they wouldn't do this. I think they will, though. Flip a coin. Schmidt's favourite. Yeah. Heads. So everybody's running. Wow, that's a shame. Schmidt doesn't. Yeah. He's a bit weird about this, doesn't he? Were they both heads? He flipped it himself. He's changed it himself. Influencing fate, hey? Okay. Hey. Okay, awesome. So they are going to do it. Good. I do think that is the best thing to do. I think, again, logically, I mean, as a human, again, you try and survive. So your logic just goes to yes, the best chance for me to survive is to try and run. Obviously, they've got a greater goal here, so that point is kind of mute. But subconsciously, that does factor in, even if you are planning to die. I do think. I mentioned a story about the guy jumping off the bridge a lot, but yeah. Okay, and as I was saying, I do think this is logically probably the best thing for someone to survive. I think there was a bigger chance if everybody ran off that everybody died than if they were able to focus their energy on making sure one person gets away. I think there's a much better likelihood of that one person surviving than there would be if for anyone to survive the other situation, honestly. If you guys haven't heard, the full version of the Sending song is actually even better than this version, by the way. So definitely check out. I often find I prefer the anime versions of. I mean, there's not much of a change. It's just extended, but I really like the kind of other part that isn't heard in this. It's in this ending. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Another fantastic episode. Again, I did have a feeling. I didn't have a feeling before this episode, to be honest with you. I never thought there would be anyone. Well, it's not like I really even thought about it, but it didn't kind of come to me that someone would betray Schmidt and the heretic liberation. But I got this feeling as soon as we met these guys, honestly, that one of these guys, I honestly had a feeling that one of these guys would betray us. One of these guys here. It ended up being the one that I didn't think would betray us. That was on our journey this whole time. But I'm not sure if that was something done by the anime or the mangaka to kind of sow those seeds early on. But I just got that vibe. I didn't mention anything because, yeah, I didn't really want to. But unfortunate, isn't it? Unfortunate that we've led to this. I also thought that just because things were going way too well in the first half of the episode, weren't they? We were literally just about to achieve our dream. The fact that we still got 4 episodes left, there's bound to be some kind of, at least some kind of hardships coming up even after this, to be honest. But yeah, I wonder how you guys interpret this final scene here. I'm not sure how I do, honestly. I'm a little bit busy. I've got a couple of recordings to do after this, so I can't spend ages on it. But yeah, how would you guys interpret this scene of Schmidt kind of directly influencing fate? I mean, we saw earlier on in the series, obviously he had the scene with the coin in it, and it went his way. But this one went his way. It went the way he wanted it to go. Yet he maybe because of the heart kind of Yolenta situation, and that influenced his kind of and the fact that he saw Draka actually leave it up to kind of fate, maybe that influenced him. Like I said, I'm not really sure what to make of that, and there definitely is something there in that regard, isn't there? So if any of you guys can let me know what your guys' interpretation of the scene is, that would be very much appreciated. Like I said, I haven't really got time to kind of think about it heavily right now, but I very much will do after I finish recording for the day. Do let me know what you guys think about this episode though down in the comment section. Like I said, an absolute fantastic episode. Leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date. I think that's been an awfully impressive thing in this show, to be honest. I think a lot of these kind of dubbed new masterpieces and such, they usually kind of fizzle out for me. They usually you have an amazing start and then it just kind of dulls and kind of lingers. But this show really has just been top quality all the way throughout. It's actually kind of nuts. I don't want to sound too bad, but I was expecting it to kind of drop off or something at some point, and with 21 episodes in now, with 3 or 4 episodes left, and yeah, actually kind of insane. But yeah, again, thank you guys very much for watching, and have a good rest of your day.